Have you ever watched anyone die before who is not your family? Have you ever stayed in a room with a dead person before? Have you ever cleaned up a dead person before? Welcome to nursing. Nursing school will not prepare you for what you're actually going to experience in nursing practice. Welcome back to the Nurses Lounge 101. This is Stella from King Phoebe, your favorite nurse coach. In this video, I'll be sharing with you my experience caring for my first dead patient. Before we get into this video, if this is your first time on this platform, please like this video, share with your family and friends, subscribe to this channel, click the notification button so when I upload a new video, you'll be the first one to know. This is a new platform and I need all your support. In this video, I'll be sharing with you my first experience caring for my dead patient. So normally in the hospital, when your patient passes away, as a nurse, you are responsible to call the doctor. The doctor has to come in and pronounce the patient dead. After that, they have to notify the family members if they want to come to the hospital to spend some time with their loved ones before we take them to the morgue. When all of that is done and family members are gone, the nurses or myself as a nurse, I am responsible to clean the patient, bag the patient, that's put the patient in the bag. It's a white bag we use in the hospital. To bag the body, call security to come pick it up and take it to the morgue. So I'll be sharing with you that experience today and what that experience has taught me. But before we go into that, I want to say this. Death is inevitable, that I know. But caring for a dead person is a completely different situation. It is part of my responsibility as a nurse, and a very humbling one at that. Series of emotions arises when you're caring for a dead person. It is very humbling. So that day, when I walked into the patient's room, I realized that the patient wasn't breathing. So thankfully, the patient was a do not resuscitate patient, which means that the patient had an advance directive saying that in an event where her heart stops, she do not want to be resuscitated. So I called the doctor and the doctor came in, pronounced the patient dead, called the family members. They came in, they spent some time with the patient and they left. The charge nurse called me and told me to get ready to go clean up the patient, bag the patient, and call security to come pick up the body. I was just like 6 months after nursing school. So I was still a new nurse. I mean, I've experienced something like that during clinicals, but I wasn't directly involved. Just the thought of going in and cleaning up the patient, I was a little bit, emotions were all over the place. I can't explain how I felt at that time, but for sure, my heart rate went up from whatever it was to over 200. Just to tell you that my heart was beating so fast. So I went into the bathroom to try to cool off a little bit. Then I heard my nursing assistant calling me in the hallway, and she said, it's time for us to go clean up the patient. So I went into the room with the nursing assistant. Thank God she was more experienced. She had done that severally, so it was a good thing for me. So she was telling me what to do. When we went into the room, the quietness of the room was the first thing I noticed. No sign of life. The body was still. No movements. When we started cleaning up the patient, the coldness of the body, the stiffness, the body was started to stiffen up. But something caught my attention. The nursing assistant, the way she was cleaning up the patient. I looked at her and something in me said, how can you be so comfortable about this? That was then. I cannot count how many bodies I have cleaned ever since. But my first experience was very humbling. Looking at a vessel, a body that was once alive, doing things, eating, talking, interacting with other individuals, just lying lifeless, not moving. Where did this person go? The thoughts in my head. When we were done cleaning up the patient, we bagged the patient, put the patient in a white bag, fill up all the necessary paperwork that nursing was supposed to do, call security, and they picked up the body and took the body to the morgue. I took some time and went into the break room so I can just process the whole thing. And this experience brought back a whole lot of emotions. The only dead person I've ever been close to was my mother. When my mother passed away, I took care of her. Prior to when she was sick, I took care of her. So prior to death, I was there. I watched her die and I cleaned her up and all of that. I participated in it. So but it brought all of that emotions back. I felt horrible. This experience taught me a lot. The things that I used to value so much, I don't value them anymore. The things that I used to think they're so important are not so important to me anymore. Cars, houses, it's good to have these things. Money, yeah, it's good because it makes life easier and makes our journey here on earth beautiful. But I value people and my interaction with them. I place less value to things because when your spirit separates from your body, you don't carry any of those things. The moral lesson is live life, be impactful and intentional. Celebrate life, be happy, do the things you always want to do. Do not worry so much about accumulating things because you're not going to take any of them when the spirit separates from your body. Caring for the dead and the dying has taught me that it's not the amount of things that you leave behind that is important. The memories you share, how intentional and impactful you were to the people that God blessed you with. That is what is going to live on, not the things that you work so hard to leave behind. Be intentional and impactful. It's always a pleasure hanging out with you all on this platform. If this is your first time visiting this platform, please like this video, share with your family and friends, subscribe to this channel. It's a new channel. Click the notification button so when I upload a new video, you'll be the first one to know. I'll be sharing my experiences weekly, so please join me.